It's all coming out. It's all coming out. Talking about the Epstein files, all this stuff that I've been, not just me, but other people have been learning about for the last several years, and how we've been disparaged and frowned upon for what we're looking at and going down rabbit holes. And, my family's like, it's dark. Why are you going there? Stay away from that stuff. Be happy. Don't look at that, but I feel compelled. Do y'all remember when Sinead O'Connor ripped up the picture of the Pope during that Saturday Night Live show? I think it was back in the late 80s, early 90s, something like that. I remember seeing that. And I didn't quite understand it. I was like, what? But I'm like, she had a reason. She had a reason. But, I was young. I didn't understand. And like, what? And she got, boy, was she thrown under the bus for that. But she knew. And fast forward to today, everyone's starting to find out about how evil these people are. And it's old, it's ancient, it's thousands of years old, and what they're doing to children is pure evil. It's coming out. And there's going to be people out there that are still sheeple, not really paying attention to this stuff. They're still plugged into the Matrix and watching Netflix and their sports and not really noticing things. But they're going to need help. They're going to need counsel by the people that have already been through that crap, that dark night of the soul and all that. It's going to be rough. And I feel for them. I feel for myself going through that and not having anyone to talk to. Even now, some of my family members are like, you just don't look at that. Well, now it's going to be overwhelming, and now it's coming out full throttle, and you can't stop what's coming out. It's coming. People need to know this stuff. People need to know this stuff so it never happens again. We're moving into a new Aquarian age, the age of Aquarius. We're out of the dark Piscean age. And things are just going to get better. I was going to make a video about feminism and stuff, but it's all connected. It's all connected. All these feminists racing to the bottom with their fake women's empowerment, thinking that their boss babe job and all this stuff that they're doing and disparaging men, and it's misandry. It's not misogyny going on. It's misandry going on right now. But I digress. What I was saying was it's connected because of the porn industry. And these women are going in there being on Pornhub and OnlyFans and all this stuff. And you're actually contributing to human trafficking by creating that content. And men, you're not above it either. You are held responsible too for subscribing to that crap and creating a demand for it. You're creating a demand for it for women to get on these sites and try to make a living being online prostitutes. It's sick. It's disgusting. It's got to go away. I think porn should be outlawed because it creates the problem that we're in right now. Human trafficking and child abuse and all the stuff that goes along with that. Satanic ritual abuse, snuff films, all of it. And you don't want to be complicit in that anymore. It's bad. And I'd say for people that are just now starting to learn this stuff, there's a lot out there, but to really kind of like soften the blow is a series called Fall of the Cabal by Janet Ossebaard. And that came out several years ago, and it was taken down from YouTube. But then it is on Rumble. The Fall of the Cabal by Janet Ossebaard. I don't know. She disappeared. I don't know. Years ago. I don't know what happened to her. They say that she was taken out. I don't know. She could be in witness protection for all I know. But you got to remember, the people that are being taken down off social media, having their accounts deleted, like mine, are telling the truth. They're right over target, and they immediately take them down. So it's plainly obvious when you're right over target and they don't want you sharing your information that you're telling the truth. So I'm thinking of all these things that are happening right now. All this Epstein stuff, I've learned about it years ago. And it's now finally coming out. Thank God. But people are going to have problems. They're going to have really hard problem with the Anthony Weiner laptop and all the crap in that. The Frazzle Drip stuff. It's worse than that. These people are pure evil. They don't give a shit. They don't, and all this stuff going on about the ICE and taking out all these illegals that are doing horrible things to children. They're human trafficking. And let me tell you something, people out there, they're protesting ICE. These people don't give a fuck about you. They don't care that you're protesting their plight. They wouldn't do it for you if it was happening to you. And you're on the wrong side of history. You don't have your information correct. You're being brainwashed and psyoped. You need to get rid of the bad people out of this country that are trafficking children and women. And some of these people don't even want to see that. It's like they're like Stockholm syndrome. They're in love with their captors. Or they have cognitive dissonance. Or hysterical blindness. Or all the above. But the light is shining down. And things are getting revealed. And I'm so grateful for that. I've seen a lot in my own rabbit hole research. I've seen a lot, and nothing surprises me anymore. Those two during the shutdown during COVID, the first country they go to is Italy. They took down the 13th bloodline families in the Vatican. They arrested priests and bishops and pedophiles, the Red Shoe Club wearers. No, I should say that the Club of the Red Shoes. Yeah, Italy was a hot spot for that. What else? Oh, there's two ships on either port, New York Harbor and Long Beach Harbor. Remember those medical Red Cross ships during the shutdown? They were rescuing children. Believe it or not, they were rescuing children, in my opinion, from what I've seen. There were tunnels underneath New York, trafficking children. And some of those children did not make it. They were born and raised in tunnels and kept there. They never saw the sun. So rumor has it, they couldn't handle the light. They were not used to it. So there's that I heard about. And, I saw nurses and crying from the atrocities that they saw. This was 2020. So the pandemic is human and child trafficking. That's the real pandemic. Trump is a brilliant chess player. And he's taken down all these evil people. And all of them have been dealt with already. Some of these people you think that are alive are actually dead. And some people that you think that are dead are actually alive, in my opinion. Witness protection is a big thing. What did Kash Patel say? Valhalla? About Charlie Kirk? That's another story. That shenanigans. That, whatever you call that. I'm nervous talking to the camera. I'm just free talking here. Trying to gather my thoughts and keep them on the path. But there's so much to say. There's so much. It's all coming out. And I'm so happy. I'm not happy. It's not something to be happy about. It's bittersweet. If you're like a truther and you're like, nobody believed you. And now things are coming out and people thought you were crazy for, and it's coming out. So, yeah, with that said, I'm going to try to be more consistent with this podcast stuff. But I felt compelled to talk about all the truth that's coming to the light. and how we have a big job on our hands to help people get through it. And the people that are like angry right now about ICE and all those brainwashed children and what they're doing with the children in the schools, trying to get them to go march, is ridiculous. It's just, it's out of control. These people do not know what they don't know. And that's my only saving grace towards these people, or else I just want to beat their ass. But they don't know what they don't know. And there's the grace in that. Because if you're totally blind to things and you're like an NPC or whatever you are, you got to have grace with that instead of getting angry. Because I get mad. I've lost friends. Family members kind of like shunned me. Didn't want to hear what I had to say, except for my dad. He's since passed, but my dad, I red pilled him, and he went down his own little research rabbit holes and did his own research, but it's all coming out. We've been lied to about everything, and the powers that want to maintain control, but they're going away because too many people are waking up to this new light, and how everything has just been a lie, a sham. Or, people don't want their illusions destroyed, and I get it. One of the first things I kind of fell upon was this video of Al Roker, and he was doing the Today Show, and they were outside talking, and all of a sudden he froze up. And they just kept talking. The other people on the show were I'm like looking at it, and he just froze up like he was a clone. And just malfunctioned. And that was really creepy for me. I was like, they don't even care. He's something's going on over here. He's a robot or whatever he is. And they're just keeping on talking like the show is normal. And I thought that was gross and disgusting and really disturbing. That's one of the things that happened like back in, I want to say 2017 when I saw that video. And there's more. I've seen more of them with other people. And the whole video of all the people dying on stage from the clot shot and all that, pushing that agenda. I didn't fall for that. Yeah, I didn't fall for that one bit. Didn't wear a mask. I fought it tooth and nail. I knew it was bullshit. I knew there was something else going on. But then you're walking around the world and it's like the Twilight Zone. I got kicked out of stores. My t-shirt platform, well, it wasn't nothing about COVID, but I was talking about, I made a t-shirt, a MAGA t-shirt with an angel killing the devil, that famous picture or image, and it said MAGA 2020, and what was this? Teespring. A lot of these t-shirt platforms kicked me off because of that shirt. And then Printful was another one that didn't like what I had to say on my shirts. So I have shirts. I have a t-shirt website. Hopefully it'll stay a while. It's called themiddlegrace.shop. I'll put the link below in the description. Anyway, that's how I'm trying to support myself. I haven't really sold any yet. I haven't marketed it yet. I'm not good at that. I'm trying to get more of a presence, learn some stuff about marketing. But I do have a shop, themiddlegrace.shop. It's all t-shirts and political, philosophical stuff. Stuff I kind of like take my angst out on t-shirts and put things that are positive, hopefully, where people can resonate with. Anyway, that's my shameless, what do I say? Shameless promotion. See, I'm getting all brain farty here. Anyway, have a great day. I'll talk to you later. This is the Tough Love Show.